Streaming to 0 viewers is nothing to be embarrassed about. We all have to do it at some point, and honestly, it makes the experience of getting those first few viewers and those first few community members so much better. Today, I'm gonna be talking about how to stream when nobody is watching and giving you some actionable tips you can put in place right now to help grow those first few viewers. Let's go. Hey, I'm LJ with streamscheme.com. I'm also a variety streamer over at twitch.tv/Eljayem_. Links to all of that in the description if you want to check me out while I'm live, or if you just want to check out some of the 200 guides over at StreamScheme. Today, I'm going to be going over a topic that I've had requested a lot over the last month since I started this channel, and that is how to stream to 0 viewers, how to stream when nobody is watching, and how to grow those first few viewers from that point. Now today, I'm going to be going over a few topics that we've already talked about just briefly, but I'm also going to be touching on a few very important topics that I haven't talked about before that I think could really help you guys out when you're streaming to 0 or just only a few viewers at a time. So I'm gonna get into my first tip straight away, and I'm only gonna touch on it briefly because I made a whole video about it, but you're streaming oversaturated games. Stop streaming things like Call of Duty Warzone, Valorant, or Fortnite. You're not gonna grow in those categories. It's almost impossible these days. Check out my video about how to pick games and how I choose games to grow in. But on that video, I got asked a lot about how to transition from the games that are small into the games that are big. If they want to play something like Stardew, how do they transition to CSGO? And I realized I probably didn't explain it properly, but transitioning between games is all about community building. I'm going to talk about that later in this video about how you can build your community so that they'll always transition with you. However, when you pick your game, it's important to pick a genre that fits your current audience as well. If you have 50 followers and they all know you from shooters, obviously don't go and play Stardew. You should go and play something of a similar level of followers and a similar level of viewers as Stardew, but in the current genre you want. I hope that makes sense, but we're going to talk about community building at the end of this video, so stick around. But I just think it's really important to let you know at the start of this one that if you're streaming to no viewers, it means you shouldn't be streaming in oversaturated categories, especially if you want to grow. So the second tip is something you've probably seen a lot, but I'm going to give you a pretty different spin on it, and it might come across as a bit harsh, but trust me, it is the best way to look at it. If you can get 3 to 5 friends or family members to watch your stream, then it will boost you hugely. That's, if you're at 0 and suddenly you have 5 viewers, that's massive, especially if you're streaming in an unsaturated category where that gets you to the top 2, top 3 rows of that category. So whenever I see this tip in other videos, I always see 2 types of comments down below. The first, I don't have any friends or family to watch my streams, and the second is I'm too embarrassed to show them, or I'm scared to show them, or I'm nervous to show them. The first one, I can't really help you. I'd recommend just trying to join other Twitch streams and make friends there. Don't go looking for an audience, just make friends and you'll get a small group of people, and then maybe in the future you can ask them individually, not in someone else's stream. But the second, it's gonna come across as harsh, but you need to be critical about why you're embarrassed. There's only a handful of reasons why you should actually be scared or embarrassed, and those reasons are usually that these people aren't good people. And if that's the case, they're not your friends, and that's not who I'm talking about. I'm talking about people you trust, people who you're actually friends with. If you're not willing to show them your content, why? Are you really proud of what you're creating? If you're really proud of what you're creating, then you should be able to show your friends and your family what you're doing. And at the end of the day, if you're really putting the effort in and you're still scared, you just need to take a leap of faith, because streaming is all about putting yourself out there. You can't grow as a streamer. You can't enjoy streaming really unless you put yourself out there. You have to be open to failures. You have to be open to people coming in and trolling you. It's just a part of live streaming, sadly. Take a leap of faith, put effort into your content, and when you're proud, show it to your friends and family. That said, I know this is gonna sound hypocritical. There's no way I'm ever showing my mum my live stream, and if she ever sees clips of what I do for a living, I am going to be in for an earful. I think she'd rather I do probably adult films. So, on to the next point. You need to create talking points. You need to plan out your content. Now, this is something I've mentioned a lot, but you need to talk. And before you say, oh, but I don't have a chat, YouTubers who do gameplay or other things have been talking to themselves for years. Yes, they can edit it afterwards, but they still have to, while they're recording, talk to themselves. If they can do it with practice and confidence, then that's all it is for you as well. Practice and confidence. If you're scared to do it while you're offline first. Just do it while you're playing a game in your office or your bedroom or anything like that. And then when you do go live, just keep practicing. Just keep that confidence. The reason this is so important is because you need to be talking about stuff. You need to be engaging, happy. So when someone drops in, they're instantly engaged with you and they're not just staring at a person sitting there silently as they play a game waiting for that little 0 to turn into a 1. Even though these days I have a pretty active chat, I will still plan out all of my content as if I will not have anyone talking whatsoever. I have a little notebook that I write jokes in, that I wrote funny tips in, that I write stories that I want to talk about in, things I saw on Reddit that I thought were interesting. Just anything. Just get a little notebook and start writing down the things that you're passionate about, the things that are unique to you, the things that you will actually be able to talk about naturally. That said, if it's anime body pillows, maybe don't talk about that, because that can be a bit weird when you're trying to grow. Maybe talk about something like sandwiches. I don't know. Just steer clear of the weird stuff. I'm gonna throw out a little tip here for you that one of the big reasons I think a lot of people struggle to keep talking is they're playing games that there really isn't anything to talk about. After the 5th Call of Duty Warzone round, what are you supposed to talk about anymore? Oh, good kill. Oh, I'm in the gulag. All right, cool. Play something like Skyrim or Fallout. Get yourself a follower who's gonna say things and talk to you and randomly bring up complaints. And then you just bounce off them and keep talking at them as if they're a real person. YouTubers, as I said, have done this for years, and it works great when live streaming, especially with a slow chat. You go into a cinematic and someone's yelling about something and you just throw little one-liners out there and reply to them. It's a good way to keep yourself talking, it's a good way to practice, and it feels a lot less lonely. As I said, plan out your content, play games where you can chat, and keep yourself talking, because at the end of the day, Twitch is very slow to update that little 0 to a 1, and it's very slow to update that users that are in chatting list. So keep yourself going so that when someone does drop in, they're engaged and they're good to go. I'm about to cover view count and being engaging in a second in detail, but first I just want to throw it out there. If this video has helped you out at all, I'd really recommend checking out some of my other content. I have content on how to make your mic sound good. I have content on mistakes a lot of streamers make, how to pick good games, all of it. And if those videos help you out, maybe consider subscribing. It really helps us out, and we've got more videos coming weekly. So there are some things about Twitch you just can't control. You can put in hard work, you can ask people to drop by, you can create amazing content, but sometimes at the end of the day, you're gonna have 0 viewers in your Twitch stream. You just can't control it. So what I recommend doing when it comes to your view count and your 0 little number there is turn it off, hide it. If you don't know how to, just stick a little bit of blue tack over that little part of the screen, stop staring at it. It will throw you off so much. I never turned it off. I wish I did turn it off. These days I sit there and I still get anxious about it. If I'm sitting at 90, I'll be like, why am I at 100? I know it sounds ridiculous, but view count will always freak you out. Hide it. Turn it off, don't look at it. Stream as if you have 10 viewers, 100 viewers. Stream as if you're streaming to the best audience ever. Just stream with confidence. Speaking of being critical about your view count and how detrimental it is, I just want to throw it out there that people who tell you to stop being critical of yourself and just to keep up doing what you're doing are kind of wrong. You need to be critical of yourself. You need to want to improve. You see tweets from Mr. Beast or these giant streamers all the time saying, hey, do you have some feedback about what I could do to improve my content? These are huge content creators and they want advice from everyone. They want tips because there's a little bit of information in every single one. So be critical of yourself. As I said, there are a lot of things you can't control, but at the end of the day, you can control how good your audio is, how good your visuals are, how much content you plan, what games you play. You can control a lot of different things, and I want you to go back and watch your VOD and be very critical of yourself. Is your lighting good enough? Are you really putting the effort in? I do it all the time, sometimes too much, and I really mess with myself, but at the same time, it's one of the reasons why I'm constantly growing. Oh, I don't like how my webcam looks there, I need to add a light here. Why does my audio sound like that? My audio was fine last stream, what changed? I need to fix it. You can control a lot of different things, and it's important to be critical of your failures so that you can improve them and become better. If you fell into your own stream and you were watching it, how long would you stay? Click through your VOD. When you click to a random spot, are you talking? Are you being engaging? Be really honest with yourself, make notes, and try and grow. Don't stop yourself with fear just because you're not doing something right. We're all beginners at some point. Just look, be critical, and improve, and then be happy about the fact that you're trying to improve. Because that's amazing. If you're watching this video, it means you want to improve, and that is awesome. At the end of the day, the only way to grow your stream is to be critical of yourself and to keep pushing forward in a positive and confident way. Speaking of positivity and confidence, I'm going to talk about quickly something that I still struggle to do. I sometimes get very negative on my stream, or I get very wrapped up in my own head. Try and avoid this. If you're hyped, your audience will be hyped. If you're sad, your audience will be sad. Pretty much your chat is a reflection of you when you stream. So you need to keep it positive, keep it hyped, and then they'll be positive and they'll be hyped. It's very easy to get wrapped up in your fears about your view count or a failure in a game. Just keep smiling, keep that confidence, and you'll be fine. That's less for you guys and more for me, but hopefully it helps someone who's watching as well. Finally, my last and most important tip of the entire video, and it's more important than keeping yourself talking, it's more important than anything else. It's about engaging the people who do join your chat. If someone does join and say hi, talk to them. Ask them how their day's been. Why did they find this category? How'd they find you? What do they do for a living? Maybe don't dox them, but actively engage with them, connect with them. Because you're not a huge streamer yet. You're a small streamer, and that means one-to-one interaction is something you have that others can't do. Use this to your advantage and grow a community, not just a bunch of random viewers who have followed you and never come back. If you're streaming but not building a one-to-one bond with your community or chatters when they rock up, then you're never going to grow your average viewers because they're never going to come back, even if they follow you. A follow pretty much means nothing unless you engage that person on a one-to-one level. It's just how it is. Building this kind of culture in your stream is crucial. I've said it before and I'll say it again until the end of time. If you engage someone who joins your chat on a one-to-one level, they will most likely become a community member. But if you inspire your community members to engage new chatters themselves, they will always become a community member. Because at the end of the day, people who are joining Twitch just want to find mates who can hang out, have a chat, and watch something. So if they join a chat and like 5 people say to them, "Hey, what's up? How are you?" They're gonna stick around. It's just the truth. So I'm gonna give you a secret bonus tip right now. If you can get a few friends to join your chat, and when someone else joins and starts talking, if those friends engage with that person and chat with that person and make them feel welcome, your average viewers will grow in a rapid way. Seriously, it will do you wonders, and it's very, very important. Try it out. So there are all my tips today. I'm gonna throw it out there that if you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing, liking, checking out our other content. We produce videos weekly, and I'm really having fun with it. The comments you guys are leaving are really, really nice. It makes me feel like I'm actually doing something to help out a lot of people, and I feel like I'm adding a fresh spin, hopefully. So let me know. I'll see you next week.